Good afternoon. My name is Jeanette Wijnands and I'm the country director for Trocaire. And we came to this great symposium, the annual symposium of the Scottish-Malawi Partnership, because we are managing, together with the Scottish Catholic International Aid Fund, our sister Caritas agency from Scotland, a Scottish government-funded program around climate change, which is called the Climate Challenge Program Malawi. It's a 3-year program which is being implemented in 4 districts of Balaka, Chikwawa, Zomba and Machinga. And we look at how to build resilience of communities, in particular on the climate change effects that they feel so much in Malawi year after year. So we look at a kind of nexus of food, water and energy, like how can we increase the resilience and food, for instance, crop diversification, different ways of doing agriculture, but also looking at how can we enhance communities' access to safe water, but also, for instance, solar-powered irrigation schemes, so being innovative. And then there's the energy. As we all know, so few people are actually on electricity, so what other alternatives can we offer in collaboration with communities and local structures to actually bring different, efficient energy sources to the communities we work in. So it's a 3-year program. It's implemented by 8 national Malawian partner organizations to work at the national level on advocacy, so really trying to bring back the voices of the communities of the people we work with to the district level, the national level, and even international level, like some of us just participated in the COP24 in Poland, for instance. So it's bringing people together. And what also makes us stand out, I think, is that we are really being community-led. So before we designed the program, we consulted with the local government structures, the district executive committee, for instance. Where are we going to implement? Where are the effects of climate change the most felt? Where are the most affected people and communities in different ways, whether it's floods, droughts, winds, different impacts that they feel. And then once we had actually agreed on locations for the actual direct participants, community members themselves and community leaders, we agreed on selection criteria, and they then, within a respective village, would actually agree, yes, if we're going to target the most vulnerable, these are the most vulnerable families or households in our community. So this could be, we look at a balance of male-headed households, female-headed households. We look at perhaps households that are vulnerable because they're led by an elderly person, or child-headed household, by chronically ill family member or someone with a disability. You also look at income and food access, for instance. So that makes the basis of the program really community-led. And then we try to use innovations, whether with our data collection we use for our baseline survey. We went out and used different data collection systems using tablets, collecting real life data, for instance, but also looking at innovative solutions. If you talk about resilience, no one knows better than the actual community members themselves what it means to be resilient. So there's a lot of creative and innovative ideas that come from the people we work with themselves. So whether it's solar irrigated power, whether it's the example we shared of the solar kiosks, where we have village and saving and loan groups that we strengthen to think of other income that they can generate. But it's also looking at sustainable farming practices, of not using chemicals, of really looking at how do we protect our environment. So it's empowering farmers, and then through lead farmers, for instance, to give an example, and do model farming of using biologically, making our own manure, doing different crop diversification with the aim to actually increase the number of harvests per year for family, which could lead to surplus that they could sell. So again, generating an income and building the resilience at the household level. So in sum, these are some of the key things that this climate challenge program Malawi does, and it's entirely funded by the Scottish government. Yes, hugely. It was, for me personally, the first time to attend, and what really strikes me is, what I really like is this long-term partnership between the two countries. It's amazing to see how that resonated this whole morning of, Malawi and Scotland, and the roots and the history that you share, and the collaboration and the true engagements that I could feel. Then another thing that I really enjoyed and that I think as an organization will benefit from is of course a networking opportunity and looking at a wide variety of interventions that the Scottish Government supports in Malawi, whether it's from cervical cancer prevention to judicial systems for children and children in contact with the law, to school meals, to climate change, to water, sort of the whole range and variety of program interventions, yet you see the linkages because they are in different parts of Malawi. So that's, I think, also really useful for us as a way to connect and to know what other organizations are doing so that we don't duplicate, but that we rather complement our work, which in the end, of course, will get better results. Thank you. So I hope